Hi, in this video I'm going to show you how to customize your Investor Carrot seller lead forms. If you don't use a default lead, you have to come down here in Investor Carrot, the REI Flow Investor Carrot integration, and manually map the fields that you set up in Investor Carrot to a Podio REI Flow field. Out of the gate, REI Flow has a default setup that matches up with the Investor Carrot default setup. But if you decide to change that, then you have to come down this section and map the fields from the Carrot field, the information, to the REI Flow Podio field. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to do that. So let's go to my Investor Carrot form, the step 2 form here, as an example. We're going to add 2 fields. We're going to add a standard text field and then a drop-down field, which equates to a category field in Podio or REI Flow. So let's add a single line text field. Should add it to the bottom. Click into this, give it a label. I'm going to ask a question. What would you do if you couldn't sell your house? Just put a test here so I know. So I have this question, and then we'll add the drop-down form, or the drop-down item. And so let's ask the question, are you behind on payments? So, are you behind on payments? With this 2 choices, current or behind. And we're not going to have a third choice. So we'll delete that. So here we'll save this by updating the form, these 2 questions. Scroll down and make sure everything's okay. And I have this question and this question. So that's step 1 through the setup. Now that we added fields to our Carrot form, we need to add the mapping to a field in REI Flow. So we'll go to the REI Flow Carrot integration, scroll down to the bottom, just to make sure we don't have that field already. And all right. So I already have this here, so we'll take that out so I can show you better. We go to our Carrot form and we want to copy this text into your clipboard. Copy it. Come over here into the Investor Carrot field in REI Flow and paste that. So you can see here the directions say copy the label of the Investor Carrot form field to this text box, which I just did. It must match exactly, including punctuation marks. So you can see the question mark is there. Now we have to pick the REI Flow Podio field to map this to. So I've selected the property details app, and then in that app I want to put this in just for testing. Anything else I should know, and we'll add that field. So that is down here. This setup automatically places underscores where spaces are, but that's okay. That's what's expected, and you should be good to go. Now the next field is a little more complicated because it's a field that's going to be mapped to a category field. So we have to do 2 things. So first off, let's go in and copy the question label exactly. Copy. Go to REI Flow. Paste that into here. Get rid of the other one first. Now we'll pick the field. So we're also in the Property Details app, and we want to find the Are You Behind on Payments? Are You Behind on Payments category field. Now we'll add that. It's been added. Are You Behind on Payments category field. Now in this case we're going to have to refresh this because we're looking for this edit field matches, and that doesn't come up automatically. So let's refresh this page. And let's find that. Are you behind on payments? Because it reordered it on us. Are you behind on payments? And here is the edit field matches. So what would happen is, what we need to tell REI Flow is what these options should relate to, because you might not have the same text or the same options as the drop-down for your input form that translates to the exact match in REI Flow category field. It's not an exact match. There's going to be errors, and your lead isn't going to be transferred into REI Flow. So we have current and behind. And so let's click on Edit Field Matches. We have none so far, so it's very similar to mapping the fields. Now we have to map the options. So it says copy the category value of the investor carrot form field to this text box. It must match exactly, including punctuation. So we see we have current. And now Podio field. Enter the value of the Podio category field that the investor carrot value should translate to. So if we go to REI Flow, we scroll down and find, are you behind on payments? That's where we're going to put it. And we're going to say current. So in this case, it matches. So we can just type current. Even though it does match, you still have to set this up. And we'll add that. Here's one. And now the other one is behind. Additionally, that is also the same for this category field. If it was late, then you would type in late here, but in this case it matches up. And we add that. So now we have the two field mappings for the category options. And now we're done. We can go back to fields, and we're all set, and we can now test out a lead coming through the system to make sure that the values for the new fields you have in your carrot form translate over and be pulled over to your REI Flow Details app. So let's take a look at this. We have to preview the first form. This is a two-step process. So here's the first form. Let's preview this. Enter in some information as an address. And this is always blank in this case. So let's get the cash offer. Takes a little bit. Now here's some clicking. That means that here's the new lead that came in. So let's jump over to that lead. 3 Gristmill Road. Then the phone number and email address. So now the carrot form should forward you to the second form. We'll fill in the rest of this information. Name, test name. Bedrooms, bathrooms, this information doesn't matter. It's excellent. It says a test, and now we're going to come down to the two fields that we added. So what would you do if you couldn't sell your house? I'd hand it over to the bank. Are you behind on payments? Behind. All right, now we submit this. Again, waiting a few seconds for Carrot to do its thing. Sending over the information to REI Flow. Hear my phone go off. Here's some clicks, meaning Podio got some new information. So it created a new details record, which is exactly what we wanted. So we'll click over to that details record. We'll scroll down. And hopefully our information has been put in. So let's find those two fields. So anything else I should know? Right here, I'd hand it over to the bank. Perfect. Now let's see, are you behind on payments? Behind. Perfect. So that's how you you customize the investor carrot integration, matching up, getting the information from the form, your carrot form, when it's filled out, to REI flow, just like that. If you have any questions, it could get a little confusing because of the precise nature of the values that have to match. So leave a comment below and I'll help you out the best I can. Thank you.